bands are like.
Well, it's like the country. I don't like bubblegum country.
I don't either. I don't like this newer country. I like the old stuff.
And even rap is not rap anymore. It's
I
don't know
like
what
the old
difference
school
is.
rap, I guess, more than I like the.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't either.
However, let me ask you this. There's a story on Reuters. Now, listen to the whole thing before you make a judgment.
Oh.
Fresh pizza vending machine prompts curiosity and horror in Rome. Vending machines that give you fresh pizza.
Yeah. I got a little something to add to this later.
Okay, well, what do you think? Can it be done? Is it true? I mean,
it is true. And this is where I guess I can step in here and say what I'm going to say.
All right, do it.
I
want to hear it.
Before I moved down here, and it was probably within months, there's a local college up in Cincinnati called Xavier University.
Xavier?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Xavier.
Yeah, it's a Catholic college. They were like one of the first colleges to have one of these machines that could make a pizza right in front of you, and you could put the button for the toppings that you wanted and everything, and it made it right there.
I'm just not sold on it.
I'm not sold on it either. I never did get a chance to go check it out, but
it
doesn't sound appealing to me.
Well, part of the goodness of pizza is having fresh cheese.
Yes.
In the block. And actually the Stooge told me that.
Yep.
And if you know about him, he's a restaurant connoisseur.
Right.
He knows what he's talking about.
Right.
It's like the key to a great pizza is keeping your cheese fresh.
Yeah.
How do they do that in a vending machine?
I don't think it's possible.
So, like, in your pizza sauce, do you get to pick your pizza sauce?
I'm not sure.
The dough obviously has to be pre-made.
I would think you probably would. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll let you try. You tell me how it is.
If I go back up to Cincinnati, I may stop by that university. They said, I guess it's right there where the public can go in.
Well, they've got a picture of it. Folks, you tell me. I mean, would you try it? I mean,
I would try.
That's what I'm saying.
I would try it, but there's no promises that it's going to be good. There's no promises it's going to be bad.
Right.
I mean, so I'm like you. I like fresh cheese. I'm like Rocky.
Speaking of fresh, we got that friend. He does the popcorn.
Yeah.
What do they call that?
I don't know, but he's got his own popcorn machine.
So he brought over cookies and cream that he made the other day. Yeah,
I never tried that yet. Ooh.
Oh, is it good? It's got chunks of Oreo in it. I mean, it is really good. Then he's got the cheddar. Then he's got the caramel.
Oh, yeah.
However, there's a caramel shortage right now.
And I got the caramel corn.
Yeah. Isn't that
gave
weird?
Me a thing of that at work. Yeah.
I think it's kettle corn.
Yeah.
Kettle corn. It's going to be going up on the website pretty soon, and it's going to be under Morning Crankers.
Yeah.
I'm talking about thecostclub.com.
Yep.
A lot of cool stuff over there. But I'm just saying, the cool stuff's going to be ours. You can go over there. You can sign up for the Cost Club, which is already, everything is cheaper than you buy it. And the way that it's supposed to be set up, the goal is if you spend $10 a month on Cost Club buying something that you've already bought,
right,
it covers your cost to be in it. So anything past that,
right,
is creme de la creme.
Right.
Not only that, I want to ask the people out here. There's two things that I've been thinking about building with my sons that I thought our listeners might like.
Yeah.
Number one being, who remembers the old rifle holders for the wall?
Yeah, I remember.
The cutouts, your ammo goes in the bottom. You got 4 or 5 rifles on the wall.
Yep.
You can't buy them anymore. You can't find them anymore. One, does anybody have any interest in having one? My son built me one at school. It's freaking amazing. Awesome.
Right.
So that's number one. Number two, what do you think about, the game where you throw the bag?
Oh, cornhole.
Oh, yeah. Customized cornhole boards.
Yeah. Imagine with our face on each bag. Like the black bag might have Hanson's face. The red bag could have mine. Just giving you a sample.
Well, I have an idea for your bag.
It'll be red and white.
Smaller. Well, I just, cornhole's going to be fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Speaking of fun facts that people don't know. Did you know that Mueller has been investigated by Durham once before.
Yeah, I heard that.
You have?
Yeah.
Like before we talked today?
Yeah.
Okay, does the rest of America know that?
I'm not sure. It depends if they research.
I'll tell you.
I'm a researcher.
Well, here's the thing. Listen to this. Do you guys remember the Whitey Bulger case? Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Okay. Guess who was investigating the FBI handlers in that case?
Who?
None other than Durham.
No wonder nothing gets done, huh?
Well, guess who was running that case? None other than Mueller.
Ooh.
So, I mean, everybody kind of knew that Mueller was running the case on the super mob, Whitey Bulger.
Yeah.
But what we didn't know was the FBI had been corrupted. So Janet Reno at the time, remember, nobody likes Janet Reno.
Pat Nugent wrote a song about her, by the way.
Well, Janet Reno at the time appointed Durham to compile a case, look into Mueller. Now, a lot of people said, well, nothing really came of it. That's not true either, because a couple of the guys that work for Mueller, you know how we kind of like pass the buck down? It's never the guys that actually do it. It's the low totem pole guys.
Yeah.
One guy got 10 years in prison for FBI corruption. Remember this. Back in the 90s, there were allegations that FBI informants James Whitey Bulger and Stephen the Rifleman Flemmy had corrupted their FBI handlers. So in 1999, Janet Reno appointed John Durham as special prosecutor and charged him with investigating FBI corruption in Boston. As it turned out, FBI agents aided mass murderer Whitey Bulger and hid his crimes because Bulger was a protected informant. Durham even sent one agent involved to prison for 10 years. It says then U.S. Attorney Robert Mueller is probably the one that should have landed in the pen. He allowed 4 innocent men to be sent to prison for murder that he knew that they did not commit.
Yeah. This is the corruption.
Okay, this is real stuff.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're not taking a political side here. I'm just saying, listen to this.
Corruption. Flat out.
They now know that they were innocent. Some of them got out after the scandal, after Durham exposed what was going on. But here's the thing. Mueller knew that they were innocent.
Yep.
They went to prison simply because he wanted to protect his FBI asset.
Literally.
Whitey Bulger.
Yep.
It says one of the 4 men was in Florida at the time of the murder and couldn't even have committed the murder. When Durham went through the documents, he found that the 4 men, Enrico Tamello, Joseph Salvati, Peter J. Lamone, and Louis Greco, had actually been framed.
Yeah. See how the corrupt protect their own hands and then not only protect their own until it's time to eat their own.
Well, this went through the Boston Globe. This went through multiple different papers.
Right.
Okay, we're talking about 4 men innocent in jail.
Right.
Mueller was part of the setup to get them to go there. Why? Because supposedly it was a benefit to country because they were getting so much good intel from Whitey Bulger. Now, why isn't this story being told today? With all the news about Durham and all the news about Mueller, why aren't we hearing, Durham put a couple guys that worked for Mueller in prison and got a couple people released because they were wrongfully accused and still no charges.
Nah.
They literally have proven, they have proof, solid evidence that Mueller allowed them to go to prison.
Yeah.
To protect his asset.
No, but you will not hear about Mueller being investigated now.
Well, do you think it was to protect his asset or do you think it was to protect his ass in
General.
himself? Right.
I think it was protect his ass in general. That's how it works. Like I said, in the middle of that, I was like, they protect their own and then they'll eat their own.
Well, Alan Dershowitz called him a zealot because he was protecting a notorious mass murder to make himself look good.
Yeah. Probably about right.
Well, listen to this. How did Mueller become the special prosecutor? There were other cases in which Mueller behaved scandalously here and here. Former U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Sidney Powell, tells the same story. She calls them creeps on a mission and has a website with the same detailing the offenses of Mueller and Weissman. Uh-oh, another one that comes to the table. Okay, why wasn't this all brought up? It says, how did Mueller end up as special prosecutor? Think a Democrat. Well, that party insisted that he was a great man of great character. They said he was an impeccable man and an investigator. And there's also the fact that Rod Rosenstein was working with him and thought well of him. Well, Durham's on the case. Do you think that they'll find him? I mean, we've had one attorney go away. I mean, bleh.
Yeah.
Regardless of what political affiliation you have, doesn't it bother you that 4 innocent men went to prison?
Yeah. I mean, this really doesn't have nothing to do with political. It's just corruption.
Corruption to the max.
At a government level.
Right. How many people got protected? Because let me give you an example. Remember, was it Escobar? Who's the guy that's sitting in Colorado right now, the pen?
Oh, Chavez.
What, was it Chavez?
Might be.
Okay, well, whoever it is, I can't remember right now. It's early in the morning.
It is.
When they went and he was talking about the politicians that he paid off in America, the judge made all the media leave the room. He locked it, and then he put a gag order on anybody that was in there so they couldn't tell us who the cartel paid off in American politics.
I believe that.
What do you think about that?
I've been saying this forever. The corruption runs deep, not only here in America, but throughout the world.
Well, it has to be for things like this to work.
Yeah. Because if you don't fit into their world, they're going to find a way to arrest you. Have you?
El Chapo. Thank you, man.
El Chapo.
Chapo.
That was the name. It was on my.
He spent a whole day in court telling the court which politicians that he had paid off, American politicians.
He was rich.
And what the judge said was it was a matter of national security to keep it quiet.
Oh, yeah.
So how many things have they been keeping quiet in America?
It was national security because of the money that was in his back wallet, but in his checkbook.
How many? That's what I'm saying. How many?
Yeah.
You know, in mid-Texas right now, there are sheriffs that are telling people that the cartel is running rampant and to carry your weapons with you, okay? We've got a lot of places that are saying, we need to take your, Second Amendment. But then in Middle Texas, they're literally sitting there telling people, take your protection tools with you.
Yeah.
Because there's so much violence that's happening from them trying to get,
right,
human traffic to Dallas and blah, 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 blah. What do you think about that? Did you ever think there'd be a time in America where sheriffs would say, mount up, regulators? And obviously they're not regulators, but you know what I mean?
I saw this coming in the headlights 2 years back. Yeah.
Well,
I can just see it.
I want to switch this now.
Right.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about Ohio. And tell me a little bit about the little people of Ohio.
The little people of Ohio?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The dwarfs, the pygmies, the people that they say didn't exist.
Oh, the pygmies. Yeah.
Yeah. They found them now.
Yeah.
They found graves of them now.
Yep.
They've got DNA of them now.
Yeah.
Why hasn't this came out?
And why didn't we hear about this years ago?
I'm going to look for a picture here.
I'm trying to find one right now.
Because...
here we go.
Literally...
This was a statue of them right here, John.
Okay, that's a statue that they found that they couldn't figure out. Nope, to the right. Or right, other right. There you go. No, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. They can't really see it, but I'm going to show them.
Has an oblong head, I'll say that. Weird, funky ears.
Well, I want to show them a picture of an actual mummy.
Yes.
That they found in Wyoming. Ooh. They're starting to put all this together. I started looking into this, and, Americans just kind of take what the government said. Oh, it's myths, it's legends, it's...
Yeah.
Well, When Lewis and Clark